Have you figured out your niche? Are you helping adding value to other people's lives? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Munira's Musings with your host, Munira Zahabi.
So greetings from Chicagoland. This is Munira from Munira's Musings. How are you all today? I am the niche navigator trying to help people who want help to take the next step in their life, to figure out what tools they have within their toolbox and how to use them effectively. Our guest today is Elliot, also known as Joseph Elliot, all the way from Scotland. And he is an client attraction coach and a business builder. So he helps you to get off the seat you're on and take the ride to adventure. Now, we do these shows partly because we want other people to take that step into entrepreneurship. Is it necessary? No, but you've been thinking about it for a long time. And I have met several people who, after watching these shows, have figured out that they want to do something about their life. Either you are on a 9 to 5 every day, or you're doing something that you're just really bored with. Maybe you need a different flair or flavor in your life. So this way you can figure out what the next step is. So without further ado, welcome to our show, Joe. How are you?
Hi, Munira. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So how's Scotland? Is it sunny? Is it cold?
Well, if you'd asked me that a few days ago, I would have said it's the usual, raining, cold and miserable. But today it's still cold, but we've got a little bit of sun coming through the window, as you can see in the camera. But I don't know, it's still cloudy. It could change any minute.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Joe.
So I'm an online business coach. I help people who are looking to find their dream clients, because one thing that I've noticed a lot is that people really, really struggle with the messaging to attract people that are interested through their content. So that's one thing that I've been wanting to help people with for a long time now. So that's kind of where I am and what I do on a daily basis.
So what did you do before this?
Well, are you want the long version or the short version?
Tell me what you want to tell me.
So I started on the online world about 2010. And before that, I worked as a psychiatric nurse assistant in the hospitals in Scotland. And each day that I had a shift, it was about 2 hours I'd have to commute. Then it was a long hour, 12-hour shift where it's a high stressed environment as psychiatry, as you can imagine. And at the end of the week, I was just feeling like I've had enough. Like the NHS in Scotland now, as you can see, is we're always short-staffed. There's never any resources or anything like that. So by the end of the week, I was drained. I'd done 3 to 5 shifts every week. And it was just getting to the stage that I was like, I wanted to look further afield. Prior to this, actually, I had started doing web design for people on the side. And that was kind of my first look in. But after doing this for a while with the NHS, and I was like, I need something else. And I done what everybody does. And I typed into Google, how do we make money online? And that gave me a lot of suggestions, not all that were great, to be fair. But when you're in that mindset, especially in the beginning, and you see people saying, oh, make 10K in a month, do this in 3 days or $100 a day. And it's very enticing to grab you into with that sort of a messaging. So I tried it all and never had much success. So it was maybe getting the odd sale here and there, but it was nothing much. After that, I decided that I would go down the blogging realm. And that was probably where I started to see success. I should tell you that between then and now has been about 5 years. I always say to my clients, I had to fail for 5 years to actually work out how this whole thing worked. I don't know if my brain's just not wired the same as other people, but it took me 5 years to get this to the point where I was able to make success. So I went onto the blogging world, and started to make some good friends in the space. But that kind of came because of I wasn't getting any traction. When I was writing my blog posts, I was getting crickets. Even they weren't showing up that often. So I wasn't getting much traction, but I seen it on a blog that I used to follow that they were putting little quotes from experts on their blog post. And I thought, that's a good idea, because then it gives me a reason to reach out to people to tell them about this new blog post that I've just created. And from there, the next blog post I'd done exactly that, and added these wee quote boxes in. And again, I started to build my audience with my blog, because these 10 people ended up sharing all my stuff. So I was like, this is great. These influencers that I've quoted because I follow them are now sharing my stuff to their audience, which is a lot bigger than what I had at the start. So I kind of followed that. And I built quite a successful blog, managed to get featured on a few high-end publications like Content Marketing Institute, Problogger, Jeff Bullis's blog as well. And the John Lee Dumas actually shared some of my content as well. Not that I did mention him to get him to give it a wee push, but he shared it with Fire Nation, so that was quite cool as well. So that's kind of like the shorter version of everything. Between then and now, again, between then and now, I went onto YouTube. I grew an audience to 10,000 on YouTube, deleted it because it was a lot to do with shiny object syndrome, the reason why that channel got deleted. But it also wasn't anything to do with what I wanted to do, because it was very heavily focused on affiliate marketing. And although I do like affiliate marketing, and I do think it's a viable business strategy for somebody getting started, it wasn't quite what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people grow their audience. And when I did put out content like that on that channel, it never ever performed. If I said, you're going to make money while you type, that sort of content would go viral. So I was like, I don't want that channel. And I did end up deleting it. And over the last few years, I've kind of been on a lay low, getting my head together, finding my clarity, and deciding who I want to serve. And I've been doing a lot of one-to-one work with people to see what they're really, really wanting from me. And I think that's key when you're starting a business, is to find out who you want to serve.
So this is wonderful, right? So you went on Google and searched how to make money online, and you found what is still available, how to make $10,000 a day, $400 in an hour. I mean, it's still there.
Yep.
So did you try all of those projects?
No, I didn't try them all. I did try drop shipping, and I tried obviously affiliate marketing, and I tried paid ads. I done stuff with paid ads. What else did I try? There was ones like typing jobs, freelance stuff, user reviews, and I did try a few of them, but the only one that stuck was content marketing. I'm going to close this blind over a wee bit, Munira, because I can't see it.
So this is really a classic example of the trap that people try to lead you into.
Sorry about that.
So this is a classic trap that people take you into, right?
Yeah, 100%, Munira. And I think a lot of people, and it still happens today, and a lot of people that have got quite big followings are still promoting a lot of strategies that do suggest that you should be using these sort of marketing techniques and stuff. But to me, and what I've seen in my experiences, is you don't need to do that stuff, because that stuff is extremely misleading. And if you're wanting to build an authentic personal brand and you're using misleading marketing tactics, then you're not really staying true to your brand. You're not staying true to yourself. And these are short-term wins. Unless you're going to do that for any length of time, which you'll get burnt out because it's a lot of work, then you'd be as well focusing on the long term. It might take you a little bit longer to get it going, but it's a much safer strategy, and it's not misleading your audience either.
So my question then is, why did you delete the 10,000 people that were following you on YouTube?
So that basically what had happened is, like I said, I was a wee bit wary about where I was going with the channel, because I felt like I was just pushing content out to satisfy YouTube. And I wasn't happy with what YouTube was giving me back, because yes, these people might buy from me, but who was I helping? I wasn't helping anybody. I was showing them another product that they could go and buy, that then they would leave my ecosystem, but I would get a commission. So I didn't feel like I was actually helping anybody. So that was one of the reasons. But the main reason was I had fallen into a group of affiliate marketers on Facebook. And during that time, there was, oh, the way you're doing it's wrong. The content marketing doesn't work. It's too slow. It takes too much effort. And I was with all them influences going in my head, telling me that I was doing things wrong, and that I didn't, this was a network I'd fallen into, that I had kind of like tried to help people, and people weren't interested. They were just wanting to know how to be a high ticket affiliate marketer. And it got too much for me one day, and I was like, I can't do this. I hit the delete button, and I must say that it was the worst decision I made, because that immediately, if I ever wanted to do, which I did, if I ever wanted to start again, now I'm starting at ground zero. But in a way, it was a good thing, because now I've got a brand new channel with an algorithm that's taking my content, instead of like me having to put out these viral clickbaity videos. I can now focus on putting out the content that I know will help my audience. And that was what was really key for me.
So you want it to be authentic?
100%. Yeah.
Okay, so what I hear here right now is say, be authentic, right? You don't want to take other people's strategies. You can use them similarly, but you can't just, because it's not yours.
Yeah, I think it's more about like, as when you're learning this stuff, they do tell you to use what's working, and I think that is key. But then you've got to think of like, what does that say about your brand that you're building? Because if you want this to be a long-term thing, you've got to focus on building a brand. And if you're doing strategies like, I'll just use as an example, earn 45,000 in 1 month, very, very misleading, because you don't just earn that 45,000. You've got to create content. You've got to build an audience. You've got to, all this other stuff comes on that you've got to do to get to that level. And I'm yet to meet somebody who's able to set up a YouTube channel, make it go viral first time, and grow an email list to 10,000 people, and get the right product that fits them as well, all in 45 days or a month. I'm yet to meet somebody who's been able to do that.
Thank you. So, I mean, you're being very authentic. Thank you so much for doing that. But there are people out there who want to get rich very fast. They are always looking, how do I make more money faster? Yeah. So you help people build their businesses. What is your advice to them?
Somebody who wants to do it fast. Again, I would have to make sure that for me, what I want to make sure is that I'm working with the right people, the people that I know that I can help. And I probably don't attract a lot of people that want to make money instantly, like with that kind of a mentality. More of the people that I'm wanting to attract, if they've maybe been bitten by this kind of marketing message before, and now they want to do it more authentically themselves. So I definitely think if you've got a strategy that can work and that you want to push it, and it is kind of along them lines of the make money fast sort of a route, then show your results. And if you're able to do that, then fair enough. But I think you need to, what I always tell my clients is, you've got somebody here who's in, that's one side of the transformation bridge. At the other side of the transformation bridge is where they want to go. So if you say to somebody, you're going to get 45K, is it the 45K they really, really want? because I can assure you that most of the time they don't really want the 45K, but they want the things that the 45K can bring for them. So when you know what these things are, and you get to know that by speaking to your audience, but when you get to know what these things are, the messaging is a lot more powerful than focusing on the 45K.
So create the authentic message, right?
Yeah, be really, really key on who you serve. That is the most important, the best tip I can give you. If you know exactly who you serve, then creating a message for them is a lot easier.
So who is your target audience?
Like I said, my target audience is probably people that have been bitten by these kind of marketing messages before, and they're wanting to do things the right way. They want to build their business in a long-term fashion with a strong personal brand. Another reason why people come to me is because a lot of the traffic generation strategies I use are around growing a network so that you don't have to rely on algorithms. So I build a network of people, and that's like what we're doing now, Munira, where we're coming on guest podcasting, or maybe write blog posts for people. We will go on people's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, sorry. We'll go on these platforms to meet people. And these strategies have really helped people get their business growing quicker than waiting on an algorithm. So they come to me for that sort of a help as well with their traffic generation.
So you said for your clients and for yourself, you want to attract the target audience that works for them. Where do they find these people?
So for me, where I started to speak to my target audience, and I would advise you to do this, is Facebook groups. Facebook groups are a great way to get in and start meeting people that you would be able to help. Like if you know that you target stay-at-home mums, there's a ton of stay-at-home mums groups. If you know that you target people who are interested in yoga, you'll find yoga groups. If you go into these groups, now a lot of people make the mistake when they go into these groups, they will go in there and drop, oh, if you want this, then DM me and I will send you the link. But that just annoys the person who created the group. The better way to do that is to go in there and offer value to the group owner. Say thank you, like, for letting us have this platform, like, and actually give value to help people in the group share content that's going to help their audience. That's good. That's going to build a good relationship between you and the group owner. And then every so often, if you do put something like get the strategy below or whatever, or do this to get this free ebook to build your email list, that is one way, a really, really quick way to start getting traction in your business. Now, the good thing and the reason I like Facebook groups is because once somebody has interacted with you in one of your messages on the group, you can then add them as a friend. When you add them as a friend, you can then DM them. And when you're able to direct message somebody, you're able to find out so much information that would help you choose products, that would help you dial in who your dream customer is. All this sort of stuff you can get just from talking to somebody. You don't have to go in there wanting to sell to them straight away, but go into there with the attitude is I'm here to help and I'm here to get the research from the horse's mouth.
So you said answer, you give value, all of that is good. But then how long does that take to build your business?
Depends how long you put in, how much effort you're putting in. Again, the Facebook groups is the strategy that's going to get you in front of your dream customer quickly. On top of that, I would always suggest having other methods of driving traffic as well. Like for me, when I first started this time round, you started using TikTok as well. And TikTok was a hot platform. The reach isn't as good as it used to be back in 2020, but now TikTok still gives you organic reach. One thing I've actually noticed, I actually was checking my YouTube analytics just before I came on.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Munira's Musings with your host, Munira Zahabi. If you enjoyed our show, please share and subscribe to this channel. And for more content, please join our Facebook group.
So, and I've also been getting subscribers from that video. So yes, the Facebook groups is going to get you in front of people to get that information, but you should still be putting out content. For YouTube Shorts, I've got a system that I use to repurpose my content on all the short form platforms. So you've got TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Reels, and I will post 3 videos a day on each of these, but I only record the video once. And the tool that I'm using puts it on all 4 platforms. So from recording 3 videos a day, it's getting pushed out to 4 platforms. That's 12 videos a day. So that's 12 opportunities for me then to meet my dream audience or my dream customer. So as well as doing the Facebook groups to get the information and to start building relationships with potential clients, I've got all that going on as well.
Okay, so what do you tell people who are starting out or are in business and are not getting traction?
Yeah, for somebody who's not getting traction, then for me, when I was in that stage and I wasn't getting traction, the best way to do that was to start creating relationships with people that could help. Now, you're not going to be able to reach out to somebody like Neil Patel or John Lee Dumas or somebody like that with where they don't really know who you are. So you need to start by getting on their radar. And what I would say is if you go for somebody who's just a little bit above you, they're a bit where you want to be, and start to create a relationship that way. You don't know what that relationship holds. They might offer you to write a guest post. They might offer you the chance to come on their podcast like this. So that's going to open you up to a new audience. This strategy alone is what helped me grow my blog back in 2017, 2016. That's what helped me grow my blog into a successful blog. Because one thing about doing these sort of interviews or doing a guest post for somebody is you're getting a link back, which helps you with search engine optimization, and you're building a great relationship with somebody that can then help you, or you can help them. And it's that power of reciprocity. If you help somebody enough, eventually they'll help you.
Yeah, that's what the gurus have said, right? So tell us where people can find you.
People can, if you want to come and find out more about what I do, I've got a Facebook group that you can join. If you go to joe-elliot.com/free group, /free-group, and that will take you to a page where you can join the Facebook group. And I'm on all the other platforms. It's Joe Elliot Marketing, and that's YouTube, and TikTok, and Instagram. I couldn't get that handle, so I had to change it for Instagram, which is Joe Marketing Hub, and that's all it is there. But yeah, I'm on all the platforms doing my thing every single day. So yeah, you'll catch up with me there.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Any last words for the audience?
Yeah, I think what I would say just as a parting note is there's a lot of people that preach things, and you need to be careful, like when you're listening to them, and make sure that they are who they are portraying. And it's very easy to tap into somebody's wants and desires, but make sure that the person's doing it for the right reasons, because it would have saved me a lot of time if I had took my own advice back then.
That's so amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You have it from a Scotlander who is in business, who has struggled in this business and now has found his authentic voice. If you are interested in sharing, go ahead, look him up on Joe Elliot YouTube. He's got a channel there with a lot of followers. But the idea behind all of this is that it takes time to build your business. So it's not an overnight success unless by some miracle. So try to attract the right client. That's what the Niche Navigator is about as well. What we teach you is, one, to figure out what your niche is and who your niche client is. If you need more information on that, follow us on Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because everybody that we bring on this channel, on this platform, is going to tell you that their business has thrived because of consistency and they didn't give up.
100%.
100%. So
Yeah.
all the way from Scotland, right? You're getting all this advice from everybody in the world. Go ahead and look him up. Find something that that makes your boat float and take it up because the world needs you. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Until next week, we will see you with another guest, another niche, another piece of advice. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Munira's Musings with your host, Munira Zahabi. If you enjoyed our show, please share and subscribe to this channel. And for more content, please join our Facebook group